Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to EnglishEverest.com IELTS Task 1 Writing Lessons. In this video, we're going to continue reviewing sample essays. And in today's video, the essay we're going to look at is a process essay. As mentioned before, to do well in the test, it's always good, I would say essential, to look at sample essays to see what you need to do. Look at good essays, could also look at bad essays so you know what to avoid. So today we're going to begin with a process. So today's process is the recycling process of wasted glass bottles. As we can see, clear stages, stage 1, stage 2, going through to stage 3. The first thing you should do when you get a process is look at the process carefully, obviously note what it is, and follow the process to make sure that you understand the flow, because you've got to describe this flow from beginning to end. So make sure that you look at it, understand it. That won't take you long. 30 seconds is enough. So here we can see we've got the wasted glass bottles followed by this processes, and it finishes with the bottles back in the store ready for sale, obviously full of fluid, Coke, juice, whatever they filled them with. So let's look at the essay itself. Title: the diagram illustrates how wasted bottles made from glass are recycled and delivered back to the store. So we've changed illustrates to show the recycling process of wasted glass bottles becomes wasted bottles made from glass are recycled. So that's been paraphrased. Good enough. Now for processes, the overview is usually generally quite simple. It should be how many stages, then the first stage and the last stage. That's enough. So overall, there are 3 main stages in the whole glass bottle recycling process. We can see stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, clearly indicated. Beginning with the collection of wasted bottles and finishing with delivery of products for sale, first and last. So there's our overview. You don't need anything more than that. Now we begin with our stages, linkers to introduce each stage. Now I've put these in red so you can follow the sequence. And I've also highlighted the passive. Now when we do a process essay, we don't care, or it's not important who is doing these things. We don't say the workers collect the bottles and then we don't do that. So we change it into passive. So the things in green are all passive sentences. So in the first stage, wasted glass bottles are deposited at collection points where they are loaded onto trucks to transport to a glass treatment plant. So this is a glass treatment plant here. Firstly, they are washed under high pressure water to remove any impurities there. Following that, which is our linker for the next stage, they are classified groups into 3 categories based on the color, namely clear, green and brown glass. Clear, green and brown glass. They are then transferred. Next stage, they then transferred, so we're using the verb transferred or the past participle transferred, to glass factories. where they are crushed into debris. And again, debris is the word we use when we talk about things that are broken. We call it the debris. It's a good word to use for this situation. In the next step, again, our linker to introduce the next part of the process, those pieces are melted in a glass melting furnace at around 600 to 800 degrees Celsius. There's the information, 600 to 800. After that, recycled liquid glass together with the new liquid glass, so new liquid glass, recycled liquid glass, are molded into new products. In the last stage here, the glass is used to bottle different products, and then we would say is sent back. But when we're using a sequence here, we use the first one is, but we don't need it again. So the glass is used to do this and then is sent back, but we remove the second is, don't need it. Sent back to the supermarket, ready for sale. And that is a clearly indicated sample essay for a process. You should use passive. Passive is important. That's what the examiner is looking for in a process, because as I mentioned earlier, we don't care who's doing it because it's not important. The focus is on the process, not on the person or people doing it. And when you do a process essay, make sure that you clearly indicate each stage. Look at this language. When you're practicing, introduce it into your writing. Clearly show the examiner the division between each stage. That's basically what you're trying to do. Okay, for process essays, you need to clearly define the stages of the process using relevant linkers. The linkers have been colored scarlet, and you also need to use the passive, which has been colored green. This is just to remind you. Something to note with passive. When we group actions together, we often only use the verb to be once. And this is my example here. The glass is used to bottle different products and then is sent back, but we don't need that. We only use it once if they're connected together. We can see that is omitted from the is sent back because we are using the is from here. This is transferred to here. So the meaning is there. So practice doing this to increase your grammatical range. Okay, points to use to check the essay against. Vocabulary used is not too complex, but is used accurately. Remember, passive is not really that complex. Once you practice it, it's quite easy. And in this process, you'll be using the present passive because nothing happens in the past, nothing happens in the future, it just happens. So you'll be using present passive. Okay, the objective is to accurately describe the graph, which he or she, the writer, does well. Uses a mix of simple and complex sentences. Use complex sentences in the middle of your description. Don't use it in the overview. Don't need it in the overview. You don't also need it in the title. Sentence structure is appropriate. The data is grouped in this case into wash collection, steam clean, molding, bottle sale, and each thing is paragraphed effectively. The overview is simple, but it describes the graph accurately, or the process in this case. Punctuation is used correctly in complex sentences for clauses between conjunctions. There are a few conjunctions. The punctuation is used correctly. And describes the order and the sequences accurately with the appropriate language. The appropriate language is the linkers connecting each thing together. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and click the notification button so you'll be notified when new material is published. You can also visit our website. We have both in English and Chinese, and you can also book directly with us at booking.englisheverest.com to book classes with us. And if you would like to speak to us, visit our website. There is a chat icon on the home page. If you open that, if we are available, we will answer your questions directly. And if not, leave us a message and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you for your time, and we will see you in the next video.